If Socrates were your friend and you asked him about your chronic insomnia, how would he reply? Would he tell you what he thought you should do? No. He'd encourage you to examine your relevant beliefs. Do you have any that are holding you back from sleeping better? Do you have any that should be discarded or improved? Thanks to Plato, we're still able to have Socrates as a mentor. We're able to imagine him patiently encouraging us to examine our lives more thoroughly. There is a serious epistemological problem here. It comes from the fact that there may be no intrinsic difference between a true belief and a false belief. It's not as if false beliefs come somehow marked as false. Even sages sometimes suffer from them. That's why the philosophical, open-minded attitude is at the opposite end of the attachment spectrum from the fanatic's attitude of attachment until death. Philosophers have beliefs, but we're always ready to re-examine them. Everyone should hold beliefs lightly. By the way, what is a belief? It's just a thought or conceptualization that you think is true. If you believe, for example, that hydrogen water will make you healthier, the truth of that belief depends upon whether or not it benefits your health. I returned to this topic of truth in the last video of this sequence. What are your beliefs about your chronic insomnia? If we were friends talking together, I'd do my best to emulate Socrates and encourage you to examine them. This format, obviously, precludes that. Furthermore, there may be sleep-related practices that you want to install in your life, but either you may be ignorant of them or, for practical reasons, are unable to do so. For example, if you're financially impoverished or living in a war zone, good luck trying to sleep well. Whatever your daily habits related to sleeping well are, there may be improvements that you could make that might help. The idea is to make it as easy as possible on yourself to sleep well. Be as kind and gentle as possible on yourself. Your licensed medical professional may be able to help you. A thorough physical examination or possibly a trip to a sleep lab might be very helpful. Avoid the mistake, though, of thinking that, say, medical doctors are experts when it comes to such sleep-related topics as nutrition and exercise. I found most to be astonishingly ignorant of such topics. Of course, some know exactly what they're doing and recommending in certain areas. In general, though, you'd be wise to be skeptical and to take responsibility for your own body. This year, insomnia has been predicted by Infinium Global Research to be over a $114 billion industry. That means there are millions and millions of people who are willing to pay money for better sleep. It also means that those suffering from insomnia are targets for scammers. Be alert for that. Furthermore, would Big Pharma prefer to sell you a pill that would cure your insomnia? Or would they rather you kept suffering and kept buying their medication for it? We cannot do better than the best we can do. There are ways to help yourself that are either free or that you may be able to afford. Test them for yourself. Human beings are body minds. So let's examine your chronic insomnia from both the physical and mental perspectives. Let's begin with the physical perspective here and consider sleep psychology in the following video. Here are some questions to ask yourself. If it helps, imagine Socrates or me asking the questions and discussing their answers with you. Is your bedtime consistent? Like it or not, our bodies thrive on consistency. If possible, go to bed at the same time every night. Go to bed before 11 p.m. too. Is your bedroom completely dark, cool, and quiet? Shutters or aluminum foil taped on its windows, a molded sleep mask, and unplugging all appliances may help with light. Weather stripping or additional insulation may help with noise. In noisy environments, a white noise generator can help. Is your bedroom neither too cold nor too hot? A cool temperature is best for most people. Is the humidity in your bedroom neither too high nor too low? Are you using a good mattress that's comfortable for you? If I needed a new one, I'd consult Consumer Reports for ratings. Are there particulates in the air that are disturbing your sleep? Does your bedroom need an air purifier? Do you always avoid blue light from a television or computer monitor in the evening hours before trying to sleep? Do you always restrict fluids in the 6 or 8 hours before bedtime? Do you always avoid eating in the several hours before bedtime? Have you eliminated alcohol and all other non-prescription psychoactive drugs from your life? Have you stopped all caffeine consumption? Have you avoided exercising either too little or too much? Has trial and error enabled you to follow an effective bedtime routine every night? Do you avoid too much heat, cold, or sunlight during the day? Do you sleep alone? Many underestimate the amount of sleep disruption that can be created by sleeping with someone else. Do you have a daily effective stress reduction practice such as meditation? If not, I recommend one later in this series. Does your diet include foods or supplements that provide nutrients that promote sleep? These include L-theanine, melatonin, magnesium, lemon balm extract, chamomile extract, passion flower extract, and vitamin B6. Have you researched sleep aids for yourself? If you have access to the World Wide Web, that's easier to do than ever before. If you have specific questions and online access to AI, using that as a source of information can be helpful. Instead of doing nothing about your insomnia, even if these kinds of common steps don't work as well as you'd prefer, you'll at least have eliminated the regret that can come from doing nothing. Furthermore, it's also likely that some will help. Even if not, though, don't be discouraged. When we look at insomnia from the perspective of our thoughts, there's a lot that can be done. Go on to the next video when you're ready.